Hello, Chris and Scott from the A to Z of Men. On this week's episode, for episode D, we have been asked by our kids to talk about a specific part of our parenting.
We certainly have. I find out that Chris got away with absolute murder at his dad's, not so much at his mum's.
And I found out why Scott's dad used to get pissed, and it was mainly because of Scott.
Find out soon.
Are we doing anything before it, Joe?
I mean, this is a bit before it. Hi.
Oh, this is the bit before
Do
it.
the clap.
So this is our last
This is our last
podcast.
pod before, because I only realised last night. Katie said to me, "When do you go away?" And I said, "It's ages." And I went, "Yes, it's 12 days."
It's weird, isn't it, when it always feels like ages away. It's like when you booked a holiday. I've got a holiday end of May from work, and I was like, oh, God, I've got ages to wait. And then I thought, actually, bank holiday weekend this weekend, there's only another full week away, and then I'm off for a week.
Well, I got in the car earlier, and I thought, you should probably learn some of the lyrics, because it has, although obviously we've just come fresh off a tour and it feels like we should know it all, you've kind of you've completely stopped and I've not done a gig since early December.
Wow.
The last thing we done, I think, was Strictly.
Wow.
So,
And that wasn't your normal song. It was a mishmash.
yeah, so we've done nothing. I was speaking to Jay earlier and he was like, not a clue. on
Oh,
anything.
shit. Are you doing exactly the same as the O2?
Exactly the same tour, yeah. But Joe got in, he had his own little concert.
Did you, Joe?
Yeah, it was a private showing. It was good.
He said it was shit.
I mean,
How much he charged you for this?
only one guy was singing. It was
Why can't I hear you, Joe?
He's not put his
Hello?
mic up. There he is.
Hello?
Ah, there he is.
only one guy was singing. It was sort of a bit empty.
Yeah.
Really.
What do you mean empty? That's the best bit.
It was violent. And every now and then he'd just go, yeah.
Was it just
Yeah.
one?
Vibing.
Was it just one bit of a song all the way here?
No, I was...
Baby now,
No, it wasn't that.
baby now. It's like a...
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the A to Z of Men. It's the letter D, season
For
5.
dick.
No,
What?
no, we don't know what it's going to be. Our sons are not going to say, okay, dads, we'd like you to talk about your dicks for an hour.
Oh, no, actually, we sort of spoke about this the other day, because if they are stupid enough to say, if they're stupid enough to say dick, and then they're like, they'll just we've called them dicks, and then we start talking about what we do with our dicks. They are
To
not...
their mum.
They are not going to be happy.
Well, I don't think it's going to be dick. I don't think it's going to be dishwasher, because I don't think they
No, how to
know
load
what,
it.
I don't think they know what it is.
No. I said it was going to be do's and don'ts.
Or what? Or dad.
It could be dad.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit, we're going
It
to be
could
crying.
be dad. It could be like loads of beautiful things about us.
No, it could be dad. And then, brackets, you've really let us down.
Oh, no. Shit. Okay, well, a little bit of housekeeping. We didn't guess who come up with
No, I know. Because
I was listening to the podcast and I was like, who did we guess? And I couldn't remember. And then I realised we didn't actually guess anybody.
No.
So remind us, Joe, last week's word for C,
Was courage.
courage. And I mean, I'm gonna stick my neck out the line and say it's one of yours.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I'm gonna go for... I think that word would mean a lot to Brennan.
I actually think it's going to be Harry.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a difference of opinion here. It's 0-0 in the Chris and Scott How Well Do You Know Your Kids competition. I'm going for Brennan locking it in.
I'm locking in Harry.
Who come up with courage?
You're both wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it Sam?
No, Cav.
It was Sam.
It was Sam
Yeah.
coming up with courage.
Yep.
Wow.
Pretty cool, isn't it? I was going to say Sam, because I think he's quite a sensitive
Yeah,
lad.
he is a
really,
very sensitive lad. And he showed, I've seen actually, when he left his kids' football team, like at 16, and he wanted to carry on playing, but all his kids had got girlfriends and jobs and stuff,
Yeah.
fucking annoying. So he was like, I still want to play football. So he went down to a local team in Wickford and joined the men's team. He didn't know anybody. Me and Karen were so amazed. He just went down and we used to drop him off before he could drive.
Can't even get you to go to a party.
Yeah. No, and that's the weird thing, isn't it? How different your kids are to you, because I always think that. I'm always like, how has he just rocked up to this football club with loads of geezers. I mean, they're geezers.
Yeah.
And then there's Sam, and I drop him off, and he's quite a quiet, sensitive soul, but when I pick him up,
He's got a bit of bants as well.
yeah, when I
hasn't he?
pick him up, he's all right, lads, see you later, lads, all right, see you later, see you next week. Oi, get off the pies, and then he gets in the car, and I'm like, you all right? He's like, yeah. It's really weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
When
but
you see your kids in social situations that you wouldn't normally see them in.
yeah.
It's-
And they're a little bit more rowdy than they...
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Okay, still 0-0.
Yeah, the score's still 0-0. Neither of you have got a point yet.
Don't know our children.
Letter D is today. We were just discussing before we came on what that might be. We thought Dick, but then we thought that like Scott said, even if they say, "Oh, do Dick," call them Dicks. That's funny. But we then discuss our dicks and what we do with them.
Yeah.
That I don't think
They're not going to like
basically
it.
making them.
Yeah.
They're not going to like that.
Yeah.
So hopefully they haven't gone with that. I had a thought it might be dads.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a scary thing. Dads could be, talking about like what it means to become a dad or something.
Yeah.
That could do's and don'ts. I thought might be.
Do's and don'ts is a good shout. Deirdre Barlow, another good shout.
Deirdre Barlow's a good
for
one,
the
yeah.
non-England people. That is, or non-UK. That's somebody from a soap opera, and it would be very random because I think way before their time.
Probably, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Okay, we'll find out in a second. 8 to the men for the letter D coming up. And also on Thursday, we'll have our bonus episode. So if you've got in touch with the show, it could be you on Correspondence of the Week. Letter D next. 8 to Z of men for the letter D. It's Chris and Scott, and we are the A to Z of men. Don't we do that anymore?
What?
Don't we do that anymore?
Oh no, we do. Yeah, sorry, I was in a zone, man.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to start that again. And just wait for my teammate to catch up. Here we go. Hello, this is Chris.
I'm Scott.
And we are the A to Z of men. We're on the letter D, and we're going to find out in just a second what that word is. Joe's going to bring it in on an A to Z of men branded piece of card because of the merch. And we'll see what that word
Are we
is.
selling merch?
We could. What are we going to sell?
People keep asking for it, funny enough.
People keep asking for merch.
Yeah, have you not seen it?
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a merch guy.
We should get some A to Z of men merch.
I have got him. No,
Can we just set it up next to your shop at the gigs?
I'm right. I think the boys will draw the line.
Yeah,
there.
that's fine.
But I have got a merch guy.
Yeah.
5 merch guy.
Where would we sell merch? Just online?
It's online on
On the talk?
maybe on anywhere. I don't know. How it works. I'll ask Jezza.
Yeah, see what he says. We can get. What are you looking for? A to Z of Meners. What kind of merch are you in the market for? A cup? Are you in the market for A to Z of Men cups? Maybe an A to Z of Men t-shirt.
Or do you just simply want? Do you know what are good?
What?
Water bottles.
Water bottle. The A to Z of Men water bottle.
Stay hydrated.
you get like Stanley Cups.
Stay
A to Z of men.
hydrated.
Stanley cups. Yeah, the A to Z of Men Stanley cup.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, I like that. We'll have a look. We've got a few weeks to plan it, haven't we, with your gig? So we've got a few weeks.
I will speak to Jeremy.
Speak to Jeremy. Get that sorted out. Let's get some A to Z of Men merch. I've always thought that's what we're missing, merch.
It is, yeah. And do you know what? They're good. Them standing cups to like. I mean,
Yeah.
I think no picture on it. I think just the A to Z merch,
Yeah.
not the A to Z of men.
Yeah, the A to Z of Men merch. The A to Z of merch. The A to Z of merch. Yeah, get that
Oh,
organised.
God, the A to Z of merch is great.
We're going to be so rich. Do you know that?
So rich.
Joe, what are we doing? Have you got the letter D? Joe's bringing us D.
Do you want to turn around and show your t-shirt?
Yeah, show it
like
to...
it.
Yeah, which camera is it? Middle camera, go.
It literally says, for people that aren't watching video, it says he's wearing a t-shirt with a dog on it, and it says, "I am useless and gay."
Beautiful. I need the bit of paper as well. Okay, so the letter D in 3, 2, 1. Discipline. Okay. Yeah, that would be a parent-son conversation.
Yeah.
Scott, you were so close because you said do's and don'ts. And
We haven't got you. I can't hear you.
Oh,
Scott, you were so close.
Yeah, I kind of
You
said do's and don'ts, and that is a bit discipline.
Well,
isn't it?
discipline is the
Things
result
not
of
to
the
do,
do's and
things-
don'ts. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So put what point to me? Is that what you-
No, because that
Is that what
wasn't.
you
That's
say-
not
is
a
that what you're saying?
We don't do a competition on what the word
Oh,
is.
like we could do.
We do.
could start now.
Well, you didn't get a point because you didn't say discipline.
No.
Discipline from the notes on the letter-headed paper. What does discipline look like as an adult male, and what does it mean to you? How much of your discipline comes from childhood? Can a badly disciplined child learn it themselves? What is the relationship in your world between discipline, punishment, and control? Are there parents that go too far? Right, let's start from the top. What does discipline look like as an adult male, and what does it mean to you?
What does it look like as an adult male in day-to-day life?
Yeah, but so what are you disciplined on anything now? Do you feel that there's authority over you from anywhere?
No, I think I give myself discipline, like in terms of like, I know I've mentioned it a million times, but the not eating cakes, biscuit, chocolate, like that's a discipline for me because I know that I want to look a certain way because I'm touring. I want to be fit. I have to discipline myself sometimes when it comes to, drinking. Sometimes that can. I'm like, bloody hell! Do you really need to drink tonight? You drank yesterday.
Yeah.
I may be not as disciplined at that as I am with other things, but then I've got really, really good willpower, which is a discipline, and I have to be fully focused to do something. Then there's no get me out of it. I will, as you know, like if I decide.
Well, we did a live A to Z of Men while I was drinking and you were juicing.
Yeah,
And you wouldn't break it just because it was this, which you probably wanted to, but you wouldn't do it.
No, I wouldn't do it. And the other day, like my mate, was in the pub and was having a few drinks, and he went to me, "Oh, these crisps are amazing." He went there. He said they actually taste like a lamb roast. Try one. And I smelt the bag. It smelt incredible. And I went, "I can't." He went, "You can have one." I said, "No, you don't understand how it works." Like my willpower discipline is that I can't have one.
The first one.
Yeah, because one leads to a million.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm disciplined.
What about you? Yeah.
We're disciplined on the radio. When we've done the radio, we're disciplined we've got Ofcom rules and regulations that we have to make sure we stick to. Yes, we do.
Yeah, I know, but I did once ask if I could read out the list of things you're not allowed to say.
Yes, you did. You said just to clarify the words that we can't say on the radio, you should let me read the list out. And I went, I don't think we'd get away with
I
that.
don't think it works yet.
Some of the words are horrific.
They are.
So I suppose discipline on a day-to-day life is things I can and can't say on the radio. I can't talk about certain things at the moment because there's elections going on, so that's a discipline. I can't swear, so that's a discipline. And you have to keep your links quite short because you're a hit music station, so that's a discipline as well.
I'm quite disciplined to not say things that are going to get me in trouble, like in all walks of life.
Yeah.
Like, on the radio, on the podcast. Like, I think being too opinionated about a certain thing that could split, opinion, I think you got to be really careful not to say things like that.
How did discipline look as a child? So looking at your parents.
I think they were really good, actually, my mum and dad. I remember, and I don't know whether I've ever spoke about this on the podcast, and yet again, it's probably, I think you teach different things nowadays, but this worked really well for me because I weren't going to listen to anything else. I remember sitting at a dinner table when I was about, I'm going to say I was 14, 15. I reckon I was 15. And my dad had never, ever, he'd never hit me. He'd never raised a hand to me. We'd always got on really well. And I think there was a boundary there where I was trying to alpha it up and be there. And I was trying to sort of, maybe looking back now, I was probably trying to belittle my dad and show my dad
Similar to what you said about you and Brennan.
Yeah. And I remember what happened, and it sounds awful, and I'm actually thanking my dad for what he done here. So I'm not going, oh my God, I was abused, because what happened was I was sitting at the dinner table, around 15 years old, and I went, I'm going to have a beer. And my dad went, you're not, Scott, you're not having a beer. You're 15 years old, you're not having a beer. And I went, well, who's going to stop me? And I got up off the table, went and got a can, and he went, I wouldn't if I wouldn't open that.
And calm.
He was just sitting there eating his like dinner.
Yeah, nice. I like that.
Yeah, even I would honestly, I wouldn't open that. But he wasn't shouting, wasn't screaming
nice.
in my face or anything like that. I wouldn't
Because
open
when
that.
they are screaming, they've gone. So you might as well open it.
Yeah, and I literally went, "Oh, what are you going to do?" And I went, "Tsh," and I cracked it open, and that was his final straw. He just got up. He didn't shout. He just picked me up with a scruff of the neck, and he just chucked me up the stairs, and on the stairs where I used to live, and like my staircase now is like one flight and you're up.
Yeah.
But this was one of those up staircases. So I went bang. I hit that wall with a thud.
Yeah.
And went, oh my God, sort of like fell to the floor. And then he picked me up again, and my door. So as you turned around that corner, my door was there, and he just chucked me up that flight, so I hit my door, and then he opened my door and just chucked me on my bed. There was no words exchanged. There was no nothing. It was just...
He's still calm.
It was just... Well, no, so he'd gone from slightly less calm, but he weren't like full aggression.
You didn't feel threatened.
He just went, bang,
Yeah,
bang, don't speak to me like that, bang.
Yeah.
And then shut my door. And I just remember laying on my bed going... fucking hell, never seen that side of the man before.
Yeah.
And I remember going, well, that can put me in my place. And that was it. I didn't step out of line again.
Did you respect him for it at the time?
Yeah, no, at the time I was like, fucking hell, I can't believe he done that. It's very, very soon after I thought, do you know what? He didn't get up, he didn't whack me.
Yeah.
He didn't swear at me. He didn't call me a name or anything like that. But he showed me that day he was the boss, and he wouldn't be. And he was very, very placid, my dad.
It's back to boundaries, isn't it?
Yeah.
He basically went, oh, by the way, Scott, here's a line, and I've made it very, very clear where the line is. Don't go over the line, and we'll be fine. But you couldn't then argue and go, I don't know where the line is, because you do.
When I went down, hours later, he had drunk that fucking beer.
Well, you'd opened it.
Yeah, he had drunk that beer. And do you know what? He wasn't a big drinker, my dad, but he just proved that day.
Were you allowed to drink at certain times as a 15-year-old?
Yeah,
Could you have a beer at Christmas or something?
Yeah, no, he was very, very like, again, people have different opinions on whether this is right or wrong. My mum and dad were very of the opinion they would rather me have, a little drink indoors at a younger age rather than setting loads of boundaries. So I went out on the pit. I mean, I'd done that anyway, unfortunately, because I've always...
Probably a little bit less than you would have done if you weren't allowed to have the odd beer at home.
Well, yeah, because I remember...
Because if it's forbidden fruit, you're going to go for it,
But
aren't
I
you?
remember respecting that as a kid. Like when we'd go on holiday, my dad would go to me, do you want a beer? Oh yeah, I'll have a beer. And he'd give me, and me and my dad would sit and have a beer. And then even after that event, before he would... It wasn't about the beer, really. It was about the disrespect of it could have been, I'm going to have a can of Pepsi.
Yeah.
No, you're not. Cracking it open. And I'm very, very similar to that. If my kids ask me for something, I will give them an answer. If I tell them no and they do anyway, I go mad. I do go mad. And Kerry sometimes gets me, you're so hard on them kids. And I go, for reason. When they disrespect me, I won't be disrespected. I mean, like I've told you this before. Like I go a bit mad with the trainers. It cost me about £1,500 to have this like underneath the stairs ripped out drawers.
Oh yeah, you got the drawers, yeah.
Yeah, and I've not even. It's not even like you've got a pair. Just
put them in there.
Just open the drawer. You can chuck them in there if you want.
Yeah,
you can just throw them in there.
Because once the door's shut, it's fine.
Can't see anything.
Yeah.
But they leave them next to it. It infuriates me, so
Yeah.
I chucked them all outside. I totally went mental, chucked all of their shoes outside. In the rain, didn't care.
Wow.
Cost me money, but they weren't in my fucking hallway. But yeah, I don't know. So discipline looked like if I was pretty good and they were pretty good to me until I overstepped the mark. And if I overstepped the mark, they'd let me know about it.
Yeah, see, for me, it was different for which house I was in. So if I was at my dad's house in Eastbourne, there was no discipline. Smoked in the house at 14. I could drink. I didn't drink because I still didn't drink then. Still don't drunk tea. But I did. I smoked in his house. Didn't care. I could swear in front of him. Didn't care. I do. The only thing I remember him being when I moved in with him at 16, because I left on my 16th birthday. I had the cult. I wanted to get away from that as far away as I could. So I went to live with my dad on my 16th birthday when I was legally allowed to leave my mum. So I moved down to Eastbourne. And I remember,
on the day
after, to the first week of October, yeah.
Wow.
And then, so I went to live with him, and I remember, because there was never any discipline. I'd never had any discipline there at all. I wasn't a wrong un. I just was never, so I thought, this is a DOS. This would be great. I got down there, and the first day I was playing on, it was a Spectrum. We had a lodger, and the lodger had a Spectrum. I was playing Gauntlet on the Spectrum. And my dad went, you need to get a job. And I went, yeah. Fucking definitely get a job.
Get a job.
Get a fucking job. Oh, God, how will I pay for anything? And then that day I didn't do anything and I stayed at home. And the next day he marched me down to like an employment agency. I wasn't qualified in anything. And he marched me down, he came with me, and I got a job, and I was a cleaner in Debenhams. I had to clean Debenhams. In Eastbourne, on opposite the place where you had a shop.
Yeah.
Opposite there. And it was fucking huge. And there was a team of cleaners. It was all right, but the money wasn't great. And to be fair, he didn't actually take any money off me. It wasn't about that. He had a bit of money anyway. It wasn't about me giving him money to pay for my keep. It was, for him, it was, you're a man now, you finished school, you're going to have a family one day. The idea is you go out, get a job, get money, provide for your family. That was more what my dad was all about.
But he was teaching you a good discipline there.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And also because I think if you get into a habit of not going to work, if you get into a habit, you leave school and then you're like, this is amazing. It's like the 6 weeks holiday that's just going on forever. That's really difficult then to get to 18 and go, right, I suppose I better end this and get a job. So he was saying to me at 16, do it now, just get a job now. And I was evening working in Debenhams. That was all I could get at the time. And it was like 6 till 10. It was pennies. And then I got a job as a double glazing canvasser, which was decent money.
Didn't you sell Hoovers at one point?
Yeah, sold Kirby vacuum
Kirby
cleaners.
Hoovers, yeah.
900 quid a pop.
It's unbelievable.
On finance, which was more money. And but I think, and I liked sales. Sales was good, and especially telephone sales, because all along I was training I wanted to be a radio presenter. So I was doing all the hospital radio things from 15. I was never work shy in that respect. Hospital radio, I was there all the time. And I think with the telephone canvassing for double glazing and that, I was like, well, this is good because I'm on the phone talking to people. So I have to get my personality across really quickly so they don't put the phone down on me. And so I learned that every time I did a job, I was thinking, right, I'd do something that's a little bit radio-y. And that's what I did. So I did sales. But from my mum and stepdad's point of view, living in that environment, that was the complete opposite of my dad. That they were really strict, proper disciplinarians. Not so much my mum, but my stepdad. And I don't want to go into it too much because he's still alive, and I respect him. But yeah, that was tough. That was proper punishment.
But then he probably had come from a completely different background. Yeah,
but also he was in this cult. He was the way the cult told you to discipline your children. They just did it because that's what they were told to do.
Kind of, they had to.
Yeah, and it involved being caned, and it wasn't nice. It weren't great for what I would look at now and think, fucking hell, I'd be hitting Harry and Sam daily. I mean, I wasn't actually a naughty kid.
No, yeah.
But I got punished for stuff that wasn't really that naughty.
So for me, I think like the way I sort of discipline my kids, and I suppose discipline and try and teach a little bit from like the way I believe you should be. And that's like, I don't want my kids to be spoiled. I will spoil them when I want to.
Yeah.
I want them to not expect it. Actually, if you expect it, you'll get nothing from me. Like if you are entitled and you think that you deserve it, you'll get less than nothing, because I think that's the wrong way to be. So I remember all of my kids at a point when they're too young to understand, I would have got something like, well, you can afford it. And I'm like, no, yeah, I might be able to, but you can't.
Yeah.
If you want said thing, unless it's your birthday, Christmas, or I'm giving you a special treat because I want to, you've got to earn it. You earn that, not even with a job, you earn that with respect, you earn that with lots of things.
Yeah.
But like, for example, if Katie wants a squishy, that's all they want at the moment, these squishy things, Do something for it. Help me out. Ask me, is there anything I can do? Even if the job that you're doing doesn't even warrant a fiver.
It's the principle.
You're doing something.
And they learn that. They learn that to get money, I have to do this work. That's how I get the money. And I'd always, I think I'd worked that out quite young. And my mum and stepdad didn't have a lot of money at all. And I used to always want to go to see my dad in the holidays. So sometimes I'd have to pay for it myself. So I'd get a bucket and a sponge and I'd walk up and down a road in Abbots Langley, where I come from, Abbots Road, huge road, 2 mile road, but posh houses. And I used to just walk up and down there, car washing. I had one come around the other day looking to wash cars.
Yeah, no, what I mean by it's that you'll get the odd kid that's still got that get up and go. But I don't think these kids of today, oh God, I sound old, but I don't think they're doing what we did. Like, I remember when, and it wasn't, I don't think even with my mum and dad teaching me this. When I was younger, I think it might just be either in you or it's not. I mean, like your boys, like my boys are, and your boys are, so maybe it is something that we've taught them. Like, they've got a little bit of get up and go about them. They want to, like, Kevin knows that he can't just rely on me for everything. He goes out, he spends his own, come home, he went to Lakeside the other day and he bought himself tops. He's like, oh, do you want my new top? He's not going, I need a new top.
Yeah.
Holding his hand out. Maybe when he was younger, he would have gone, I need that. But like, when I was younger, I realised my mum and dad, I think this is a difference maybe. I realised my mum and dad didn't have much.
Yeah.
And if I wanted something, I knew there was only one way I was going to get it.
Yeah, I think that is it.
And that was going out to get it.
I think that is it.
And I had that sort of determination, not even just getting into the five or getting into radio. I'd done loads of jobs. I would like be out. You know, I worked on a market stall. I'd done a flower stall. I'd done car washing. I'd done gardening. I'd done anything to get money to buy shit that I wanted.
Yeah.
At a young age.
Yeah. And I was the same, car washing, gardening. And I remember the feeling as well, washing a car and getting like £2 or £3 or £5 at one place, because I used to wash Luther Blissett's car. He was the mental Watford striker, an England striker.
Wow.
And he lived in my village. I used to wash his car. And I remember the feeling, you come home with like, and back then, because I'm older, you got pound notes. So you actually had paper and you had like actual money. It was like weird.
Yeah, but I don't know. I kind of think it's that's first time that you make money that you've made yourself. Like, getting a fiver off your mum and dad feels great, and you go to the shop and you buy a pack of sweets or whatever. Yeah, it feels great. I don't think there's anything better than money you've earned.
Oh, absolutely.
The feeling of getting the tangible feel, like oh my God, I earned this with my own.
I made this happen.
Yeah. That's incredible.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And I think you're right about coming from not coming from wealth. I think because I was in exactly the same situation. If I wanted anything, I was probably going to have to buy it myself. My dad would save up and buy me something big for Christmas, like Sky Electrics or something like that, a little Spectrum or whatever. But day to day, month to month, my mum would buy me clothes. But if I wanted something personally for myself, a Walkman or something, I'd have to save up.
I've got a friend of a friend. I don't want to say who it is, but their kid. So this person that I know got money.
Yeah.
And I don't think they've done quite as a good job as I have in teaching their daughter or son how to need to fend for themselves quite as well. Because, and I think when my kids were younger, they would have seen my version of it negatively. And now both sons have said to me, I'm glad you did what you did.
Yeah.
Because I think it's so much different to expect that you don't have to do anything because your dad or your mum or whoever, your granddad is successful and has money, or your family has got money. So you think that just by default you've earned it. You've done nothing to earn it. You need to have the discipline in your own belief system to go, if I want it, I don't want to ask for it. And both of my boys, and obviously in turn now my girls, they don't just take, they ask. Even if it's £1. And I love that.
Yeah.
The girls will phone me and go, oh, my friends are going to the shop. Can we have £2? And I go, yeah, you can have £2. Come home and you've spent £2, even though it's £2, I'm going to go, you didn't ask. So they're disciplined in the fact that I've said this the other week, didn't I? They've got my card on their phone. They never spend it.
And I think my boys and Kirsty, I think Kirsty was slightly different because she didn't live with me. So I would often help her mum out with school clothes and stuff like that. And then I would normally spoil Kirsty because I was seeing her at the weekend, like a weekend dad. And it was kind of like, let's go to McDonald's. Let's do this. Let's do that. So slightly different with Kirsty, but with the boys, they've never wanted for anything, as in, they're looked after, but they don't get stuff just because they want it. And actually, both of them, even now,
them without. Obviously, if they were struggling, they needed something. Like if Harry's car blew up tomorrow,
I'd have just helped Sam with his car and getting it serviced to stop all the lights coming on. And and I've helped him out with that. But
took the battery out and said, no lights.
but he's going to pay me back. But the other thing I've noticed with my kids now, because we've done this since they were really small, is even now as a 20-year-old, Harry will say to me, mate, I need like some petrol. Is there anything I can do around the house? And I'll go, yes. All those fucking weeds need digging out. And he did it the weekend. He dug a whole bed out and I gave him like 20, 30 quid. And I was like, there you go.
Give him a fiver.
When I did gardening when I was a boy, I got £2.50 and I was happy with that. No, it gave him like some money to get his car sorted out and get petrol in his car for the working week. But it was the fact that he came to me, and even if I didn't, I would have got him to dig a hole anyway. Even if I didn't need a hole, I would have gone, just go and dig a hole and I give you the money. But it's the principle, as you said earlier, and you've really hit the nail on the head. It's the principle that you don't get something for nothing. And you don't in life. So don't teach them as kids, because they're going to be shocked when they leave home. And they go, is it all right if I don't pay the rent this month because I've got other things to pay? No, fuck off. You're evicted by it. The real life is hard.
Yeah, and
it's really hard.
But I am sort of proud of the way I've sort of done that. And it was hard at first for them, because I think they would go, you got loads more money than Timmy's dad, and Timmy is only this, and I go, well done to Timmy's dad, because I don't care.
And you, as my kids, have got exactly the same money as Timmy's kids. None.
Yeah.
Until you earn it, you've got none. If you start a little business in your bedroom and start making a lot of money, you can spend more money than Timmy's kids.
But I think I got a lot of my discipline in my work life through my mum and dad. Like mainly my dad. My mum, don't get me wrong, my mum would go out working, and sometimes she worked 2 jobs, but the thing I said about my dad the other week, I can't remember what word it was, but he never missed a day. That's true discipline.
Alpha male.
He didn't. He would wake up feeling rough as shit and go, I go to work. That's what I do.
Probably from drinking all the beers he'd opened.
Well,
he's probably hanging every morning.
I didn't even open his fucking beer.
10 times last night. Your mum's going, did it? Yeah, definitely.
Kept on
going.
Scott, crack this one open for me.
You're like his personal bottle opener.
Yeah, but he just got up and fucking got on with it all the time, every day.
What is the relationship in your world between discipline, punishment, and control? Are there parents to go too far? Yeah, there probably are parents to go too far. Well, there are. I think my personal life, I thought my parents, my dad and my mum, took it too far. But then I don't think my dad took it far enough. So actually, I was probably in the middle.
You was caught in the middle.
I was caught in the middle. I had literally one extreme to the other. So I think, there are parents. I think we've covered that. There are parents that take it too far.
I think I've probably taken it too far at certain points with my kids.
But we're learning, though, aren't we? Even as a new parent, you start with the naughty step, and then it builds up and builds up. But you're learning as you go.
And then you get the padlock, and then you put them in the basement, and then
no.
Just naughty step.
Naughty step.
Cut that, Joe.
Just naughty step.
Cut that. Just that you start with the naughty step, and that's where it stops.
All of your kids feel they were disciplined well growing up. Do you agree? Yeah, I think they are, and I think the fact that we've brought up, and we're talking about just the boys at the moment because that's what the podcast is. I think we've brought up 4 really nice guys. I think they're genuinely nice people.
They're all at the age now where I'd call them young men.
Yeah.
And I think they all think they're adults, but I don't think you're a true adult until you're about 24, 25. I think you start to. So Brennan's there or thereabouts now, but I'm really, really proud of all of them. I think they've, in turn, proud of you for the way you've brought them up. But they're just all 4 of them are just really, really nice men.
Are there times when you felt you messed up, and how did you deal with it at the time?
Oh, bloody hell, I could count on too many fingers how many times I've messed up. I think it's how you grow from it. Like, I mess up on the daily, I think. Like this morning, I had a pop at Bobby. She's 12, but she ignored me twice because I asked her, I wanted to put her on 360. Katie's already on it. I wanted to put her on it, but she was stressing out about her hair, which I didn't find important.
Yeah.
She needed something on her phone to do with her school books and doing something with her hair. And I was like, I need your phone because I need to do this. And I was like,
just if you don't, I don't know whether it's a worldwide thing, but Life 360 is an app where you can just basically keep an eye on where people are.
Yeah,
like a little GPS tracker.
Yeah, so basically, I know she's got the bus and, keep her safe and all that. So, but I've probably I've overreacted slightly. She's overreacted slightly. She's 12. She's stressed out about hair. She's a girl. I didn't think it was important. She did. But, so I've probably not dealt with today's situation. It wasn't a big deal. But later I'll go, but did you sort that, Bobs? And it'll be done. It's not a big issue. But I've done a million things wrong, but I'm
sure we all do. And
you deal with it, isn't it?
It's a learning curve, isn't it? And I can't think of any specific examples. I think the best thing about the way I used to do discipline, and the boys tell me this now, and I think we might have mentioned this on the podcast before, when they were young and, boisterous kids, like turning into teenagers, Karen's voice was always quite high anyway. It was always up there. Yeah.
I like that impression. I'm sure she'll love that. She'll love that.
So that's all they heard.
Yeah.
With me, I was calm. If my voice went up there was a problem. And they would literally stop in their tracks.
Yeah.
I would go, Harry, don't do that. Harry, don't do that. Harry. And then he would literally stop in his tracks and go white. Because it wasn't my default.
No.
And I used to say to Karen, if you start up there, you've got nowhere to go.
yeah. But I do. I think that's true. I think as a dad, that's what you do. I think I say nothing, and then I say something.
Yeah.
And when I say something, they
stop in their tracks.
Oh fuck! He said it.
Yeah.
He looked up from his PlayStation. Yeah. he looked up from his beer glass and actually said something.
Yeah. How about grandkids? Well, I've got grandkids, but then I don't think my grandparents were involved in any of my discipline. I think grandparents need to leave their kids to deal with their own kids.
Oh, there's it's Nate Bagazzi.
Yeah.
He's a brilliant comedian. He's a brilliant comedian who doesn't swear at all. He's never sworn. He doesn't feel the need to tell a joke and swear and be funny. And he talks about he talks about even parents, your youngest sibling. He says I've got a sister who's the youngest sibling who thinks she's raised by her best friends because they've learned all their mistakes. They've got through everything. And then now they're like these cool, hippie parents or hippie grandparents who just let the kids do whatever. What does he says in one of his jokes? He says, she's 18. He's in his 40s. And he's like, I'm going to tell him I'm getting a tattoo on my 18th birthday. And he says, you can't tell them that. You'll get into so much trouble. She went, no, they're my friends. They think he's like, well, I'm still secret drinking now and I'm 44. Because you do. I think you, as the first, I think you're hardest on your firstborn.
Yeah.
Your second one, you sort of let get on with it. And then by your third and your fourth, if you have more kids, you start to, I think I'm more lenient with the girls. And I don't think it's because they're girls. The boys will say it's because they're girls, but there might be something in it. But they're just nicer kids. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, no, but I remember Kirsty being a lot easier to parent as a young kid, more difficult, and it's coming, more difficult towards the 14, 15, 16-year-old. Whereas actually the boys are the complete opposite. They calm down a little bit by 15, 16.
Yeah. I think I've got it all to come. But to be honest, I think, and I think I can speak for you as well in terms of, I think we've been really, really lucky. I've not had to discipline my kids much, really. I think whatever I've done and Kerry's done, and I think Kerry and Karen have done quite well in terms of taking the bulk of the being I can't say the word
Disciplinarian.
What's a fucking hard word to
That's
say?
a difficult word to say.
Say it again.
Disciplinarian.
Disciplinarian.
Yeah. There you go.
Nailed it.
It's often said that discipline gives way a tad in that relationship. Grandparents love to spoil their grandkids.
Yeah.
Do you feel this way too? Yeah, that's what we just talked about. So and I'm just thinking of my mum actually, how strict she was with me. She was nothing like that with Kirsty and the boys. Nothing like that.
No.
Kirsty used to go and stay.
Yeah,
stay
going around Nan's. Woo!
Yeah, we had chips every night. Did you?
Yeah.
Well, I was never allowed chips.
Was there a cane? No, nowhere to be seen. A candy cane, yeah.
It was really, really weird just hearing the different experiences of how, because Kirsty more so because my mum was a lot older when the boys were born, but actually Kirsty used to stay around my mum's all the time. She used to love going to my mum's. And her life at my mum's sounded a lot better than mine did half the time.
Well, no, 100%.
But then I do have to always say to myself, and because I've always looked at the cult and discipline and stuff like that. I still had a happy childhood.
Yeah.
I was still happy. I do remember I drove around where I grew up the other day. I was showing Sam because we were there doing something for his work, and we were around that area. And I said, "I'll show you where I grew up." And I was driving around. I was like, however negative I'd sometimes look at my childhood, I also had a happy childhood. I remembered the happy times. Even walking up and down the Abbots Road with my bucket doing car washing. On a day like today, I fucking love doing that.
Yeah, no, I was really lucky. I had a really good childhood. I remember, the one thing you just said about grandparents is that, this is not knocking my mum and dad. My mum and dad are more of grandparents that you will go, could you babysit tonight? And they'll go, yeah. And whilst the kids are there, they have a really good time. But it'll be like, what time are you going to be back? Like, do I have to feed them? Whereas, and so they'd have a good time while I was there, but you kind of asking it's a favour.
Yeah.
Whereas Kerry's mum, Sue, if you hadn't had them for 3 days, she'd be like,
when are you going out?
Yeah, I haven't seen the kids. Why don't you go out?
Yeah.
And she would, and they'd get back, and this is all of the kids, and did you do anything with Nanny? And what didn't they do?
She was so good.
We went to the park. We baked cakes. We done cherry picking. You're like, what? You've only been gone 12 hours. Like, how have you done all that? But so it's the different levels of how they want to be.
And the relationship with kids and grandparents is really important. And mine with my mum, who's sadly not here anymore, but Karen's mum, they're very close to her and go and see her, and they used to stay up there as well. It's a really important relationship.
So I've got a really funny story. It's funny and traumatic all at the same time. So Kerry's dad, Pete, as you know, Pete was a funny guy when he's a quirky guy.
Yeah.
Very, very nice man, but not quite as good with kids as maybe Sue was.
Yeah.
And I remember one time I was pissed with my other best mate Nick at a beer festival.
Yeah.
And Kerry phoned me. She said, "Oh, well, my dad's taking the kids to the fair." And I went, "Oh, all right, okay." I said, "Oh, what time are they going to be back?" She went, "Oh, he's not going to be long, blah, blah." And then I get this panicked phone call about 45 minutes later. He's taken them to the fair and fucking left them. He's left them there. He's phoned Kerry and gone, "Yeah, I've dropped them to the fair." She was like, yeah, good one. And he was like, I said, "I told you I was taking them to the fair." She went, "You've got to fucking stay with them." And in reality, they'd been left for 10 minutes or something, and they hadn't even noticed because they were watching the whatever the fair does. But I remember getting this phone call. I'm pissed out of my nut. I'm going, "What do you mean left them at the fair? You can't leave kids at the fair." But so Pete, in saying it, he done exactly what he said he was going to do. He took the fucking kids to the fair,
dropped them off.
Fucking left. They were all safe, but no kids are harmed.
Yeah, we have to say that at every episode. So letter D, we're going for discipline, and we're locking that in on the A to Z of men. So letter D, discipline, that is locked in. Not strictly, just casually locked. I think it's just it's on the latch.
It's on the latch.
It's on the latch. We should pick a number and do numbers.
Okay.
Do you want to guess first?
Guess first. Well,
Who made the word?
Oh yeah.
Before we forget.
Well done.
That's why you're there.
That's why he's a producer.
I would have said See, I'm tactical now because I said possibly Harry, but then Harry's already had one, so I'm thinking it's got to be one of your kids. So no, I'm going to stick to who I think.
I think
it's Harry.
I think we swapped because I think this one's Brennan.
Okay, I'm going Harry, and Scott's going Brennan.
1-0 to me.
You're both wrong again.
Oh my God.
Cav.
It was Cav.
Oh, I thought it might have been one of your kids because mine two have had a go.
I thought it might be Brennan because he has seen some discipline. so yeah, I thought it might have been Brennan.
All right, I've just texted Joe a number. Yeah, I did that. It's you to go first, Scott. It's 3-0.
I've got to
3-0.
Got to text Joe. I'm gonna go.
Do.
Okay.
3-0 on the number game at the moment. To Scott.
3-0 at the number game. Since I was young.
Right, is it me to go first? Me to go first?
Number game. Yeah.
Me to go first?
Yeah.
I am gonna say...
Forgotten. Oh, yeah. Forgotten
50.
the number. 50 is going to be too high.
No, you don't so you lower.
Yeah, it's lower.
Because you're confusing the shit out of me.
It's lower. So I will go for... I'm going to narrow it down a little bit more, a little bit less. 30.
Lower.
Yeah!
Fuck! I'm going to go 20.
Lower than 20.
Oh, well, I have just... Boom!
15.
It's really good, that. Higher. Lower
It's
than...
like a game of chess, though,
Yeah,
isn't it?
lower than 20. 18.
Lower than 18.
Oh, okay.
15, 30. I'm going to go with 23.
Lower. 8.
Higher.
Ooh.
I'm just trying to think of any numbers that would mean anything to you. 20.
Higher.
Yeah!
11.
Higher, 22.
Yes!
Yes!
Was yours 13?
14. 14 for me. Yeah, I got one.
Why does 22 mean something to me?
Because it's your birthday.
Yes!
Yeah, no, your birthday.
3-1.
Wow, okay.
3-1.
Okay.
That's not bad. There's plenty to catch up because there's still another 22 episodes left.
Well done.
And we will get straight back to those as soon as the 5 people have finished doing the fiving. We'll be cracking on back. So you're only away for a couple of weeks and then a couple of weeks of rehearsal. So we're probably looking at about a month.
Yeah, it all depends on when I get back and how... before I go into the summer shows, but yeah, we will. As soon as we can be. I think whilst in Australia, got a little bit of downtime.
You do some catch up.
We can do some catch up with
Yeah,
Scots.
that'd be good. That'd be good. All right, 8 set of men. If you want to get in touch, you know where we are. It's ChrisandScottUK@gmail.com and on the socials at 8 to Z of Men Pod. And if you want to join the Patreon, you're more than welcome. Head over to Patreon. You get extra content and you can find out why I was involved with the police at the weekend.
Yes, you can.
It's an interesting story that is currently on our Patreon-only feed, which you can get at patreon.com. Have a great week. We'll see you Thursday for the catch-up.
Potatoes!